It is late night, yes. Yeah.
Let me do people a favor and at them at the in the incubator AMA chat. And I'll post if we can drop the incubator report from the forum in there just so people can get a bit of a read before we kick things off. We'll wait for Mr. Babel to jump up as well. How's everyone doing? How's our mornings, evenings, afternoons, wherever you're situated? Can I get a GM, GA, GE in the chats? Drondon will be streaming or recording this one for everyone, so it'll be up on Twitch, which we might even splice together at some point. Try and get a bit of a compilation going for people in case they don't have the full hour to pay attention to the things, for example. Potted is fixing price. Good to know, Potted. Thank you. Appreciated. There you go. Drushi, even better. Got pinged 12,000 people in that channel. We should wake them up. Waiting for Mark to... Must have been having some issues with his mic. What's up, Bob? How you going? Hey, Babel. What's going on?
Hi, everyone. Finally made it to the stage.
Woohoo. You figured it out. Big brain, sir. Mark, how you going? Is your mic working?
Yeah, I think it is. Can we share a screen from up here? No, I don't think we can.
Ooh, good point. Let's...
That's all right. We can just. I mean, yeah. If we can't do it, we can't do it, and we can live with that. But we can just run through the report. Oh, he's gone now. He's back.
I'm just seeing if we can move everyone, for example, to the...
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of we got to get going because we're gonna have places to be, right?
Sure. Let me put this in the announcements then.
Please bear with us, people.
All right, to curb this, we're all going to move into the Incubator AMA voice channel, and then from there, everyone can share. Because I have no idea why Stages does not have a video sharing mechanism at this point. So let's all move into the Incubator AMA. Come on, guys. I should have no one in here other than myself. Please stop listening to me. Please move to the Incubator AMA. Go. Please go. By the way, this will be recorded. So even if there's a cap on the amount of people that can join that channel, then it should be okay. Please move to the Incubator AMA, guys. It'd be extremely helpful. Keep going. Still too many people listening to me. Come on. Go, go. Incubator AMA. All right, I'm going to end this one. I'm going to be joining the AMA voice chat itself.
and we have some experienced OBs within the incubator team who have lots of VC and startup and entrepreneurial experience. And so we've put together the kind of latest best practices, if you like, of getting a DAO off the ground, getting a Web3 project started. And that playbook is being used by partners now. I want to kind of grow that and make sure that is adding as much value as possible to the partners that we already have and to the partners that we're going to bring into the program soon as well. We're also now kind of initiating a founder mentorship program. So that's we have incubator alumni now who have kind of been with us since the beginning, and we want to share their experience and their expertise with newer projects that are coming through the program as well. This leads on to a bit of an economy network. So we have on the verge of 10 now incubator partnerships that we're kind of building out, and there are some really good partnerships between some of our partners that we can facilitate as well. And there is there are times, I think, when projects approach us where they want us to join a round of investments, which will have particular terms. They don't need incubation, they don't need necessarily that much support from us. They just want us to join a round, and we will still conduct due diligence around those proposals, and then recommend opportunities to the community to be voted upon still. So that will still sit ultimately within the community. So just to summarize, this is kind of what we're asking for. We want to continue the program. Our request is that we approve a program budget with a maximum of 3 million per quarter, and a maximum budget of 100k per month for contributor compensation. So this is a reduction from our initial ask when we first created the OIP, and that's just in recognition of the fact that we haven't needed as much of our budget, and that market conditions are a lot tougher now than they were perhaps 3 months ago. So we're responding to that by asking for less. But we do think we add a significant amount of value here to the Olympus ecosystem, and we think that value is just going to continue to grow and to compound. So we very much want to continue the program under the kind of changes that we've outlined here and that are outlined in the report. I've definitely been speaking for long enough, so I think perhaps Mark, Big Babble, do you want to add anything, or shall we maybe open up to questions?
Yeah, the one thing I would add is that the swapped OM in for two of the projects, which was Fiat DAO and the Prime DAO, were approved by the community, so that didn't come out of our budget. So we're going to update this slide just to make that clear in slide 10, just because it could be a little bit confusing about what's actually come from our budget and what hasn't. So we'll separate those out. Yeah, I think we'll open up to questions. So if anyone has a question, maybe you can unmute everyone. I don't know how that works.
So what we can do is, if people have a question, put your hand up in the Incubator AMA chat, and then I can unmute you individually within this voice channel.
Oh, we got big bucket of porch.
Hey guys, can you
All
hear me?
right, yeah, we got you. We got you a bucket.
Hi, and I mentioned in the chat, I'm actually contributing at another DAO that's looking at an incubator, not in the economy, but so definitely this is really interesting stuff, guys. Really, really great work. I'm curious, from your perspective, in terms of the working group or the team that's working on the incubator, like what help do you need right now? Like who are you kind of looking to recruit to continue the program running?
Yeah, we're pretty big at the moment. So like in terms of there's the main contributors, and then we have lots of kind of part-time contributors. We are looking for a few more sort of people with a lot of experience and less time to be able to sort of take on and mentor projects and have that as a separate sort of support that we provide. So like half an hour every week for them to for them to come in and sort of meet with them and find any pain points and sort of give them some advice about that.
Cool. And sorry, one last follow-up question. Is there anywhere that's outlining the overall structure of the program? I may have missed that.
Yeah, so that's in OIP 42. So if you go to our forums in the general section, you'll see our update report, which has a lot more detail than has just been in the slides. And then that'll also link to the original OIP that approved the program.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thanks, Bucket. I think we'll bring up Pork Chop. Let me find you, mister. All right, unmuted. Go for it.
Hey guys, first of all, really good work. I love the transparency and appreciate the transparency that you've brought to the endeavor, as well as the really good work you're doing with the various levels of incubatees themselves. I just quickly on that, I did have a quick conversation with Zeus the other day. I would love for around transparency, this level of transparency into the rest of the DAO. I think you guys are really kind of putting a flag out there in terms of what good looks like, in terms of activities taken, lessons learned, costs. I think especially since, and I'm going to blank on the OIP, since we're paying contributors now out of the DAO, which is great. I approve of that, but I think it does also call for this level of scrutiny. So thank you for everything you've done here on that score. My question is, and you might have published this already. We publish so much as a DAO these days; it's hard to keep up. But the two that are kind of have not been announced. What is the reason for that?
Well, so say you're a project and you sort of building away and you have a marketing strategy, but you want to partner with Olympus to get our support to help you build your product. It doesn't really help if we come out and say, hey, it's this product and this is their name and this is what they're doing and this is the sort of support we're giving them right now. Because they'll be like, well, actually, it doesn't assist us because we're trying to build hype, and now you've kind of announced to everyone in a public way what it is exactly that we're doing. So we might get front run on that, right? But also, it's not part of our marketing strategy. We don't think it's the most helpful thing for our protocol. So that's why that would happen. But certainly, like the money. The kind of ohm that we're supplying, that's not a secret. But yeah, so that was one of the big decisions that we had to make at the beginning of the program, and we went back and forth with the community quite a lot on it, and in the end there was sort of a consensus that there will be circumstances where Olympus should be entering a partnership, but it might not be appropriate to announce it sort of when they need the support. And so when we're sort of coming to that agreement about what type of gives and asks we get.
Got it. Yeah, I'm curious for the day that I see in this example that it's two that kind of are beneficial to them and therefore beneficial to us, of course, ever 3-3. But I'll be curious for the day when there's a big strategic move potentially. Let's say that is a big something big for us that we definitely don't want people to know about until it's the right time. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Thanks for that, Pork Chop. We don't have any other people putting their hands up in the AMA chat, but we have a question from Appleseed talking about what has been the primary source of incubatees. Is it existing OMIs who are aware of the program? Is it word of mouth in the community? Kind of curious to see if you guys have noticed any trends here. And then also, I guess, like off the back of that, how does Incubator see themselves as like getting the word out there on the marketing side of things?
Yeah, so we haven't been sort of doing very much marketing at all. Mostly it's people who come to us, and then people who've been in the program, so like word of mouth essentially. But we also do have a Twitter account, and we get some deal flow from there. But then when people come through the program and they find it helpful, they often refer other people to the program. So we've got quite a few we're doing due diligence on, which were directly referred to us by founders of protocols who'd gone through the program and felt that it really did add value for them.
Makes sense. I don't think we have any specific questions coming through the chat. Was there anything that you wanted to touch on, Babel, Mark, Kleb, anyone else that's kind of involved within the incubator team specifically? Feel free.
Well, I would just like to use the opportunity for everyone to, like, if you know people who want to build stuff, you will have all the links in the presentation, so feel free to share our application forms with them. We would be really happy to review their projects.
So I suppose I can just say one last thing in closing, which is the program is really, the full effect of the program will come to be sort of seen by everyone when we have sort of a funnel coming inwards of projects that are sort of high quality and adding value to the economy, and then projects that have already come through and founders of those projects going back and linking up with, being referred to link up with sort of founders that are coming through the launch sort of ideation and launch phase themselves. And then you'll see those partners, those founders sort of link together, and these really strong networks join between them and other people who've come through the program. And then in post deal success, when we build up our sort of infrastructure for ongoing support of our partners in the economy. So if someone needs sort of help with with they're trying to look for someone to hire, then we just have this big network of people we can draw on. So it's like going to be a thing you want to be a part of, right? So you think, where do I, where is a lot of value added? And then people think, oh, it's being part of Olympus, because then you're part of this network and there's these sort of a channel where founders can meet and sort of share ideas, but it's also a place a founder can go if they need to speak to someone else and know that they can sort of just DM them there or say, hey, can you please, DM me over here. So it's going to see a lot of network effects. And then also everyone's well disposed towards Olympus, right? So they're thinking about how they can use Ohm or integrate Ohm because it's a big social benefit for them, but also they're well disposed to us because we provide them this support. So that's kind of the end game of kind of how we see the incubator. And then like having, if we do have this funding of like $3 million, and that's 10 sort of launch partners and 8 incubatees a quarter, which would be, if they were like DebtDAO, sorry, not DebtDAO, they haven't launched yet. Like JonesDAO Investor, then that would be like, $100 million worth of tokens coming into back home every quarter. So it could be like, the biggest source of backing coming to Ohm is this program, and I do believe it will. And I think in the long term, like that's what you want for a basket of assets, right? You want high quality projects that are solving real problems that people want to use. So that's kind of how I see the end game, and I know that's shared by the incubator contributors as well. So if you if you know a project the application is on our Twitter. It's on our Twitter account. It's in the bio there, but also we'll share it in the chat here. And if you know someone who would be good to be a mentor for a project, so someone experienced who's been around crypto for quite a while, we're very interested in onboarding a few more of them while we get the kind of founder support program set up. But otherwise, yeah, we've got lots of good people in the incubator, and I expect a lot of them will roll out eventually, right, onto projects and say, oh, actually, I really like this project. I'd like to go work over there, and maybe they move off from incubator. So there's definitely turnover in incubator, and I think that's a good thing, having Omis working out on good projects as well. So yeah, keep a lookout. We'll sort of be putting out, if we're sort of running low of manpower and this is going to ramp up as well, then we'll be putting out more calls for people to come and work at the incubator.
There you go. Babel has dropped the incubator application form, and I've also dropped the report / request for comment for the incubator V2 up on the forum right now. It's in announcements. It's there. Would love some more discussion on that, as I feel like this is definitely a very big value add to the Olympus ecosystem. I mean, before we round things out, if people don't have any more questions, any kind of alpha leaks, anything that you can kind of sprinkle into the end of the convo before we part ways?
Privacy. Privacy is one thing I would be looking at, and positive price pressure vaults on Geom is all I can say. So we'll see what's coming out to be announced in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're very excited for our upcoming partners.
Exciting. Anything else to add, Babel, Kleb? Been great having you up here.
I think so. No.
No.
Awesome. Really appreciate everyone coming through to this. This is being recorded and will be uploaded to Twitch soon, which will kind of obviously get an announcement out for that. Hopefully, as the request for comment might move to a proposal, so we try and like join the two announcements together, so you can jump on the OIP as well as catch the recording in case you couldn't join the voice channel because it has a bit of a limit. So apologies for those initial technical difficulties, but we made it work, and there'll be a recording for people to catch in case they missed things.
Thanks, guys.
But
see ya.
Big shout out to the incubator team. Thanks for coming up, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.